السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. معكم مجددا المدرس الدكتور جليل عبد الجليل، مدرس مادة الشورت ستوري قصة القصيرة المرحلة الثانية، كلية الإمام الكاظم أقسام الديوانية. في هذا الجزء راح نكمل القراءة إن شاء الله للقصة القصيرة The Doll's House. When she finished, Kezia broke in. "You have forgotten the lamp made of Isabel." "Oh, yes," said Isabel, "and this little lamp, all made of yellow glass, with the white top that stands on the dining room table. It was just like a real one." "The lamp's best of all," cried Kezia. She thought Isabel was not saying enough of the little lamp. But nobody paid any attention. Isabel was choosing the two who were to come back with them that afternoon and see it. She chose Amy Cole and Lena Logan. But when the others knew they were all going to have a chance to see it, they could not be nice enough to Isabel. One by one, they put their arms round Isabel and walked away with her. They had something to whisper to her. "Isabel, my friend." Only the little Kilavis moved away, forgotten. There was nothing more for them to hear. Days passed, and as more children saw the doll's house, the fame of it spread. Increased. It became the one subject of talk. The one question was, "Have you seen the Berners doll's house?" "Oh, isn't it lovely? Haven't you seen it?" "Oh dear." Even the dinner hour was given up to talking about it. The little girls sat under the trees eating their lunch, while always as near as they could get sat the Calibers, Alice holding on to Lil, listening too while they chewed, eating the jam sandwiches out of newspaper soaked with the large red drops. Mother said, "Kezia, can't I ask the Calibers just once?" "Certainly not, Kezia. But why not? Runaway Kezia. You know quite well why not." At the last, at last, everybody had seen it except them. On that day, they were all rather tired of the subject. It was the dinner hour. The children stood together under the trees, and suddenly, as they looked at the Calvis eating out their paper, always by themselves, always listening, they wanted heard them. Amy Cole started the whisper. "Little Calvis is going to be a servant when she grows up." "Oh, how terrible," said Isabel Bernal, looking Amy in the eyes. Amy swallowed in a very special way and looked at Isabel as she'd seen her mother doing on these occasions. It's true," she said. When Lynn Logan's little eyes snapped, "Shall I ask her?" she whispered. "You are afraid too," said Jessie May. "I'm not frightened," said Lena. Suddenly she gave a little cry and danced in front of the other girls. Watch me now," said Lena, and slowly dragging on one foot, laughing behind her hand. Lena went over to the Calavis. Lil looked up from her dinner. She wrapped the rest quickly away. Elsa stopped eating. What was coming now? Is it true you are going to be a servant when you grow up?" "Lil Gillavy," cried Lena at the top of her voice. Dead silence, but instead of answering, Lil only gave her foolish smile. She did not seem to object, the question at all. What disappointment, frustration for Lena. The girls began to laugh. Lena could not be that. She went forward. Your father's in prison. She cried hatefully with hate. This was such a wonderful thing to have said that the little girls rushed away together, deeply excited, wild with the joy. Someone found the long robe and they began playing with it. And never did they play so happily as on that morning. In the afternoon, Pat called for the Bernal children with the carriage, and they drove home. There were visitors. Isabel and Lottie, who liked visitors, went upstairs to change their dresses. But Kezia went secretly out at the back. Nobody was there. She began to play with on the big white gates of the courtyard. Presently, looking along the road, she saw two little dots, small spots. They grew up bigger. They were coming towards her. Now she could see that one was in front and one close, near, behind. Now she could see that they were the Calavis. Kezia stopped swinging. She got off, left something the gate as if she was going to run away. The Calavis came nearer, and beside them walked their shadows, very little, stretching, extending right across the road, with their heads in the flowers. Kezia climbed to top the gate. She had made her mind. She swung out. Hello, she said to the passing Calavis. They were so astonished, surprised, that they stopped. Lil gave her foolish smile. Else just looked. You can come and see our doll's house if you want to, said Kezia, and she dragged the one toy on the ground. But at that, Lil turned red and shook her head quickly. Why not? Asked Kezia. Lil gasped, gasped when she said, Your mother told our mother you were not allowed to speak to us. Oh, well, said Kezia. She did not know what to reply. It doesn't matter. You can't come and see our doll's house just the same. Come on, nobody's looking. But Lil shook her head still harder. Don't you want to? Asked Kezia. Suddenly there was a pull, a draw. Ed, Lil's dress. She turned around. Else was looking at her with a big, sad eyes. She said she wanted to go. For a moment, Lil looked at Else very doubtfully, uncertain. But then Else pulled her dress again. She started to go forward. Kezia led the way. Like two little lost cats, they followed across the courtyard to where the doll's house stood. There it, said Kezia. There was a pause, a gap. Lil breathed loudly. Else was still as stone. I'll open it for you, said Kezia kindly. She unfastened, moved the hook, and they looked inside it. There was a sitting room and a dining room, and that is the Kezia. Oh, what a jump they gave, Kezia. It was Aunt Beryl's voice. They turned around, and at the back door stood Aunt Braille, staring, looking fiercely, as if she couldn't believe what she saw. How dare are you? How dare you? Asked the little Calavis into the courtyard, said her cold, angry voice. You know as well as I do, you are not allowed permitted to talk to them. Run away, children, run at once, and don't come back. Again, said Aunt Braille, and she stood in the yard and sent them away, told them to go away, as if they were chickens. Away go immediately, she called, cold and proud. They did not need telling twice, 2 times. Burning with shame, disgrace, close together, Lil going along like her mother, else confused. Somehow they crossed the big courtyard, and went through a wide gate. Bad, disobedient, stubborn little girl, said Aunt Brill bitterly, with harshness to Kezia, and she closed the doll's house noisily. When the Calvis were well out of sight and seen of Bernals, they sat down to rest on a big red pipe by the side of the road. Lil's cheeks were still burning. She took off, removed the hat with the held it on her with held on her knee. Dreamingly, they looked over the fields, past the river flow, to where Logan's cows stood, waiting to be milked. What were their thoughts? Presently, Else moved close to her sister, but now she had forgotten angry lady. She put on a finger and moved it around her sister's hat. She smiled her rare seldom smile. "I seen the little lamb," she said softly. Then both were silent once more. Okay, here the story closes with this statement. And in the next lecture, I will provide a short analysis of the whole story, and in the following lectures, I will summarize the main points for the students, like theme, character settings, and the symbolism in the short story. Thank you for listening, and see you in the next video.